Hey, LeBron98 here with another NHL commentary. This time I'm going to show you a brief look at my BAGM mode. And before I get into that, I wanted you to listen to this. I thought this was pretty funny. Now, as you can hear there, they're booing Dion Phaneuf, who I have on my team. And what I found awesome about this was a nice little touch by EA for a detail was I injured a Colorado player in the game before, or even the two games before that. It was during this series, obviously, and I injured one of their players with Dion Phaneuf, and it was kind of like a dirty-looking hit, although I didn't get a suspension or a penalty for it. But anyway, when I came back to Colorado, their fans started to boo Phaneuf every time he touched the puck. So I thought it was a neat little touch that EA did to the game. See here, I got Scott Gomez. Obviously, he's on Montreal now. But I signed him as a free agent. And what was pretty funny about this is a Stanley Cup celebration. I thought I'd show this for people who do not have the game yet. But what was pretty funny is that I started this BAGM mode with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the first season, I was one win away from winning the Stanley Cup, which was kind of surprising considering the team I had. The only guy I really added, I think, was Korea. The second time, I made the playoffs, did not too bad, lost in the first round to Pittsburgh, I think. And then the third year, I didn't make the playoffs, just barely. I decided to trade a few players to unload salary, and so I basically written off the season. Apparently, my GM didn't like that, and or sorry, not my GM, I'm GM. The owner didn't like that, so he didn't extend my contract. So when you get fired or do not get an extension, your agent looks for other teams that are interested in your services. One of them was the New Jersey Devils, who at the time when I got them were 30th in the league or 29th. They were very low in the league. So the reason I picked them because it gave me a 7-year contract with them. And what was funny about that is that even though they were last in the league before I got them, I went through and signed a bunch of these guys. And here's where you can see my team. Gomez was one of them I signed. Wellwood was one of them I signed. I signed Van Riemsted, I think his name is. I had to. He's a restricted free agent, so I had to give up some draft picks. And then along the way, I signed Little and a few other ones. And here's my defensive core right here. Johnson, Phaneuf, Phillips, Carl, which is the only guy I had on the team at the time. Wisniewski, I think might have been. No, sorry, Breen was the only other one that was on my team. And then I signed Cooper, which was a crazy steal for $845,000. And then I got Gustafson as well for a backup. And what was funny about that is that the EA, they have the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They always do a little something special for a few kids. In this game, they gave, I think his name is Bradley Cooper. That was my goalie there. As you can tell, he looks youngest because he is. I guess the kid has cancer or whatever. And so they added him. His wish was to be in a hockey game or a game, so they did the full-on model and stuff for him, and they brought him into the game. Now the problem with us as hockey folks who want the authentic experience is that you don't really want to see a kid in there. And the problem with this is that I'm assuming, anyway, that I put the player. I went through and edited all the rosters to make them as accurate as possible. That's one thing I'm a big stickler on. These authentic rosters and stuff. And so I went through and put him on another team. But what I must have did is I must have put him on one of the CHL teams. And what's awesome about this is that for the draft classes, they take a percentage of the CHL players. I don't know what the actual percentage is, but they take the CHL players, add them to the draft, and then they also do created players from other countries and stuff. So I'm assuming along the way he must have got added in that draft. And anyways, I got him. In the end, I got him, and he's a pretty kick-ass goalie. Now, as you're seeing here, the camera angle's changing. I had someone ask me about the camera angles, so I thought I would just best way to tell someone is to show them. And I believe this is the overhead. The first one that you saw was the action cam. Second one was the classic, uh, which is basically the camera mode that all the NHL games have had, pretty much for the most part. And then the next one is broadcast. You're gonna see up here. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, with the broadcast angle, I don't like at all is that the skill stick is relative to the angle that you're looking at. So in this case, to shoot the puck, I have to do a slap shot, for instance. I have to move the right stick left and right, which seems completely awkward when you're so used to, especially when you got used to the skill stick from going up and down for a slap shot, or if you're going the other way, up and down, or down and up. Sorry, whatever. You get the point. And this is the first goal that they had. It's the Wildcats and Sea Dogs. I had a request for this, so I thought I would do that. And this is the Quebec League. And like I said with the broadcast, it just seems like there's my first shot, and I'm like finally got it. How to do the shot, but I couldn't handle it anymore, so I went back to the ice cam. Now the ice cam, it's basically the classic camera, except every now and then it'll zoom into specific areas. Like if you're up against the boards, it'll zoom the camera in just a little bit, where the classic angle is stationary. It doesn't zoom in at all. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Now I like the ice cam the best when I'm controlling the whole team. I like the ice cam because it lets you see your whole teammates, it lets you set up plays a lot easier to see where everybody's located and whatnot. When it comes to be a pro, I actually prefer the camera that they have in that, which is like basically the action cam, just more behind the player. It's more realistic that way, but when it comes to controlling the whole team, I prefer this mode, this angle. I've been playing. I've been mixing up a little bit. I play quite a few games. I've been playing this one. I'm actually trying to go for the achievement for. I think it's to get legendary or legend GM status. I'm almost there. I think I'm like elite status or something like that. I think I have one more to go. Right now I'm going for my second Stanley Cup with New Jersey. I think I'm in my third year with them. And so hopefully, keep getting those Stanley Cups, so will get me that status a little quicker. And another thing, you saw my defense there. I basically have that now, except I also signed Bogassian, I think his name is. It's from the Thrashers, I believe. I haven't heard of the guy. All I know is that he's a 90 overall, and he had like a 70-point season, and he's a defenseman, obviously. So he had a 70-point season as a defenseman, which is crazy. I think he was almost a point a game. So I signed him. I signed. He was a restricted free agent again. So I signed. I acquired a bunch of picks, selling some other guys. So during the trade deadline, and I acquired a few picks from San Jose, and then I used those picks to sign this guy. And another thing I thought was funny, I should have took a video of it, but I never thought of it at the time. Is I traded Gustafsson at the trade deadline. Because I had other goalies. I had like Fraze or Friese, whatever his name is. Jeff Fraze. And I had him. He wasn't as good as Gustafsson, but he would be alright. My main goal is going to be Cooper anyway. But you never know if he ever got injured. I want to have a good player. But Fraze was alright. But anyway, I traded Gustafsson at the trade deadline to San Jose, and they gave me a first-round pick and some other player. I can't remember who it was. And I traded them my 4th round pick and Gustafsson. And I think it was something like that. It was a good deal for me anyway. Because I had a good goalie anyway. And I wanted some 1st round picks. So I said, oh, yeah, so I'll go with the deal. I did the deal. And then after the trade deadline was over, what do you know? But Gustafsson was on waivers placed on waivers by San Jose, and I got to choose them. So I picked them up again, and at the end of the day, I got a first-round pick, San Jose's first-round pick, some young 60 or 70 overall player, in exchange for my 4th-round pick. So I mean, that's stupid, but you know, it worked out for me. So I mean, yeah, there's definitely flaws with the GM mode. I haven't seen too many. There was one thing, I think I did a video on this, one of my first videos on this, where I simulated a whole season. People were saying that good players will get placed on waivers, and then obviously other teams would pick them up. I haven't seen that too much. This is really the only real strange thing I've seen happen, where, like I said, they wanted the goalie, I traded them the goalie, then they placed them on waivers, and then I picked them up again. That very seldom happens. I don't think it's ever happened in the NHL, as far as I know. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny as well. You know, got the goalie back for nothing, basically. Yeah, so right now it was 1-1. I want to try to get another goal. One thing I've gotten used to again, it's kind of funny when you play games and then you don't play for a while, and then go back to them. Sometimes you forget. Like, I shouldn't say you forget how to play, but you become rusty. You know, you obviously remember how to play. You just become rusty, and you forget. Like, maybe you might forget like the little maneuvers that you do, and you know, it depends on the game, obviously. And this was the shooting and how to do the deking and stuff like that. And I think what really helped is that I've been playing on an all-star in my season, and I mean, if you don't know how to use a skill stick, you're not going to do too well in that at that difficulty. And I think I might actually boost it up. But I find all-star is like a good balance between, like, if I have a good team, I can win quite a few games if I really, really want to win. But if I'm just playing leisurely, which is mostly what I do, I can lose a few games. Where I'm pro, it's pretty much impossible for me to lose a few games. So that's why I play on All-Star. But I think I'm getting a little too good on the All-Star, so I think I might actually put it on, I think it's Superstar. Now here was a funny goal, and you'll see I'll go into the replay. It looks like it goes from off one post, off the next, and out, and I'm like, how's that a goal? So I went into the replay, as you see here, and I slow it down. Now you see I shoot the puck. I like how there's always the whip on the stick, but anyway, yeah, I shoot the puck, and right there you see it's over the line. So it makes sense once I see that replay, but at the time, all I hear is ding ding, and off the 2 posts. And speaking about ding ding, here's a fight. I thought I was winning the game anyway. Said, why not? Let's get in a fight. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna win this. I'm like, oh, I didn't win this one. It was a close one. He had no health at all. It's just like in Halo when you both melee each other and you both get killed. That's what happened here. But anyway, that's basically it for the commentary. So until next time, this is LeBron98 signing off.
EA Sports. It's in the game.